Hello dear students of class 8. This is your science teacher Mamta Verma. Explain today chapter 8, cell structure and function. So what you have to learn in this chapter? Cell, the structural and functional unit of life, discovery of a cell, organization of cells, variation in the number, shapes and sizes of the cells in organism, cell structure, cell organelles and their function. And what you have to remember, things around us are either living or non-living. Before this you all know about this, that what are the living things and what are the non-living things. Second, living things may be plants or animals, and that is also known as biotic components. All living things are made up of cells. You already know about this. So, and I remind you that chapter 8, cell structure and function, comes under biology. So let's start. As we look around, we observe a variety of objects and things. These things may be divided into two broad categories, that is living and non-living. Living organisms vary in size, appearance, color or habitat based on complexity. They vary from the most primitive ones, microorganisms, to the most developed humans. What is common among all living organisms? What makes a thing alive? So we can see around us that there are different types of organisms around us, and they vary in size, appearance, color or habitat, etc. And we can see from smallest organism, that is microorganisms, to the most developed one, that is human. So we have and some of also are non-living and some are of living, but these living things are made up of certain different kind of things, that we can say it cells. So what is common among these all living things? What makes a thing alive? So we now study about this. So all living things perform certain basic vital functions on their own, like digestion, respiration, circulation of materials, excretion of waste, etc. On the other hand, non-living things cannot carry out any activities on their own. Even movement in non-living things requires some external force. So the characters that decide that something is living or non-living, that means something is alive or dead, are digestion. Suppose some living things, suppose the human beings can digest food, we can respire, and the blood circulation, that means transportation of food and waste materials, takes place in our body. So these characters or these processes decide a living thing or a dead one. Next, these activities in living things are performed by different organs and organ system in the body. The organ are made up of small basic units called cells. So as we know that this digestion, respiration, these all, suppose take an example of digestion. Digestion takes place through alimentary canal. Alimentary canal runs from our mouth to anus, and this is such organs that are involved in digestive system are mouth, esophagus, alimentary canal, etc. So these activities in living things are performed by different organs, and these organs constitute the organ system in our body. The organs are made up of, and these organs are made up of small units called cells. So a cell is the smallest level of organization in an organism. All living organisms are made up of cells and depend on cells to function properly. So we can say about such as just like a brick. A brick is the smallest thing by which we can prepare or we can construct a building. Just like this, so brick is the smallest part of a building, and just like this, cell is the smallest part of a living thing or human body. So you can see an experiment for if we cut a very thin slice of plant stem using a sharp razor or a blade, and then put a drop of water of the center of the slide, and when we observe this prepared slide under the microscope, we can see this type of structure. So cells in the stem observed under the microscope. So these are these round figures, the small rounded figures, these are called a cell. So on a structural level, an organism is composed of cells, just like a building is composed of small bricks. The number of cells may vary from a single cell to millions and trillions of the cell in different organisms. Not only on a structural level but also on a functional level, the cell is the basic unit of living organism. This means cells carry out all the functions like digestion, respiration, excretion in an organism. They have different shapes and sizes depending upon the functions they carried out. That means to say that when any organism starts its life with a single cell, suppose zygote is a single cell, and then it divides and becomes a multicellular. When it was a single celled organism, that it performed all the function, that means respiration, excretion, digestion. That's why it is known as the functional unit of life. As well as just because of a life or organism's life is starting from a single cell, that's why it is called the structural unit of a life or any organism. Hence, we can define a cell is the structural and functional unit of living beings. Living beings means plants and animals. So that's all for today, and we will explain another topic that is discovery of cell in the next video. Watch this video as a classwork. Thank you.